Hello, I'm Carlo. I'm an indie developer from Germany, and this is a quick introduction to my macOS app, Barcuts. It's a menu bar app that makes it easier to access your shortcuts workflows, where you need them and when you need them. Here's how it works. First, you associate a workflow with a specific application by tagging it in the shortcuts editor. To do this, I open the workflow in the editor, find the Barcuts tagger action, add it to the workflow. The placement here doesn't matter. Configure it to only show up in the Finder and whether to put it in a submenu or not. Now, when I switch to Finder, the workflow is displayed in the Barcuts menu. And if I switch to another app, it isn't. And this is basically all there is to it. So let me explain what Barcuts does better than the built-in shortcuts menu bar. If you're familiar with macOS shortcuts, then you probably know that you can already pin workflows to a menu bar icon menu, which is a good idea in theory, except it's a half-baked feature at best. For example, this menu will display a maximum of 16 pinned workflows at once, and to see the rest, you will have to scroll. Also, there is no structure to this menu. There's no submenus, there's no sorting. Personally, I find that pretty unwieldy. As a workaround, many of us who use this shortcuts menu have experimented with different naming schemes for our workflows, so that there's at least some hope of finding our workflows again. For example, I'd probably use a Finder prefix for all my Finder-related workflows, or a special icon or something. But that's just a crutch. And then there's no way to open that menu with your keyboard, so you have to move your hand to your mouse or trackpad, which can be annoying. And finally, there's that whole professional look that just screams,
"Our intern made this half an hour before lunch that one day in 2020, and then we completely forgot about it."
Which doesn't gel with anything else in macOS. I mean, I'm sorry if that intern was you. No blame intended here, right? I know it's not interns who decide what gets shipped and in what condition. As mentioned earlier, once you've tagged a workflow with any particular app, that workflow will show up in Barcuts menu only when that app is in the foreground. Optionally, you can put the workflow in a submenu. Returning to my earlier Finder example, you could create multiple submenus based on different features or work contexts or related to tasks, preventing the main menu from becoming cluttered. And since the workflows are now only shown when they're needed, when that particular application is active, there's no need for special naming or putting the name of the app in the workflow title. Instead, I started to create app-related folders in Shortcuts and put the relevant workflows in those folders. Barcuts does not care about these folders. It's just easier for me to collect, say, all Finder-related workflows in one folder and then tag them. Some workflows are more important than others, so you can mark them as always available and have them appear in a separate menu section. Then, in the Barcuts settings, you can configure a global keyboard shortcut that opens and focuses the Barcuts menu. Once open, you can navigate it with the arrow keys, start the workflow with the return key, or open it in the shortcuts editor with Shift Return or a Shift click. And Escape closes the menu. And finally, look at it. This is a menu that belongs here, one that says macOS. It doesn't look like a cropped iPhone screenshot that I taped to my display. Sure, it doesn't win any awards either, but it's clean and it's functional. I can honestly say that since I wrote Barcuts, I use macOS shortcuts so much more. Seeing just the relevant workflows at any given time has been an absolute game changer for me. And being able to control the menu using my keyboard has been a boon. I mean, yes, of course, I'm obviously biased, but I think if you work with shortcuts on Mac as well, you might enjoy Barcuts as much as I do. So here's my invitation. Download the app, give it a spin, see what you think. There's a 2-week trial period and there are no subscriptions. And that's it. Thank you for watching and have a productive time.